Kansas City Chiefs are officially a dynasty. The Kansas City Chiefs have the potential to win even more Super Bowls in the next coming years, and it's unfair. Recently, Shannon Sharpe said,
"I don't believe Patrick Mahomes has stepped 1 foot into his prime." Let that sink in for a second.
And honestly, I kind of agree with him. When looking at these elite level quarterbacks, they keep getting better and better at knowing how to pick apart defenses with their elite talent. At only age 27, Mahomes has already led the Chiefs to 3 Super Bowls, and last year he showed that he didn't need multiple elite weapons to win a championship. Before we get into the specifics, let's talk about what makes Mahomes such a special player. He has an incredible arm talent, and he is able to make throws that no other quarterback can. He is also a great athlete, and he can make plays with his legs when he needs to. But what really sets him apart is his ability to read defenses and to make really quick decisions. He is also 1 step ahead of the defense and can make adjustments on the fly to exploit weaknesses. We've seen it time and time again. Even when he is hurt, he is still the best player on the field and makes the game look so slow. Look at his game against the Bengals. With Mahomes at the helm, the Chiefs always have a chance to win, no matter who they are playing. The Chiefs lost some key offensive pieces this offseason, most notably offensive tackle Orlando Brown and 2 solid receivers in Juju Smith and McCole Hartman. Orlando Brown was quickly replaced with Jawan Taylor from the Jags, getting a huge 4-year, $80 million deal. Jawan has performed better than Brown, so this could be an upgrade. The main weaknesses of the Chiefs team is now its receiving core. Losing Juju and Hardman is not the end of the world, but the Chiefs now lack depth and some key playmakers for Andy Reid to scheme around. They did make a late trade last season for Kadarius Toney, who has struggled with injuries during his time with the Giants, but if he can stay healthy and with a full offseason under his belt with the Chiefs, he honestly could develop into that elite receiver we thought he could be. They also have Marquez Valdez-Scantling returning, who is a solid receiver with deep threat ability, but nothing too special. They also still have 8-time Pro Bowler Travis Kelce and a developing Sky Moore to help out the offense. However, there is no denying that the Chiefs receiving core is still weaker than it has been in previous years. I mean, they did lose Tyreek Hill. That's why there has been talk of them making a trade for DeAndre Hopkins from the Cardinals. The Cardinals said they'd be willing to part ways with Hopkins for a 5th and 6th round pick, which would be great value for a Chiefs team that doesn't really need these late round picks. However, they don't have a lot of cap space, so they would need to restructure some contracts to make it work. Hopkins has been vocal about being able to adjust his contract to make it work for the right team. Most notably, the Chiefs and the Bills are in talks for him, and it's obvious that D-Hop has one thing on his mind, and that's a chance at a Super Bowl ring. If the Chiefs could somehow make it work and get D-Hop, it would be a nightmare for opposing defenses. Having Mahomes, D-Hop, and Kelce on the same team would just be flat out unfair. There are some people out there, though, that believe that D-Hop isn't a top 20 receiver anymore, which I think is wild. Although he has definitely been in a slump over his next 2 years in Arizona, especially with the suspension, I think Andy Reid and Mahomes can bring the most out of him and bring him back into that top 5 conversation. This situation reminds me a lot of 2007 when a 30-year-old Randy Moss came to the Patriots after spending 2 years in Oakland where his production dropped heavily. Much of the media doubted if he could return to his former glory. However, with Tom Brady feeding him passes all season, he broke the single-season record with 23 touchdown catches, and the Patriots finished 16-0. DeAndre Hopkins is also 30 years old and could come to a dynasty team with a generational talent at quarterback. I'm just saying. Another option for the Chiefs is to just draft a receiver. While they have the last pick in the first round, this receiving class has some great depth. Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers could be great at this spot, as both are super athletic and versatile players that Andy Reid could use like Swiss Army knives. There are even rumors that once projected early mid-first round Quentin Johnston could fall late in the first round. If the Chiefs could get someone like him, it could kind of fill that tall and physical position that they could get instead of D-Hop, as both of these guys kind of have similar play styles. Either way, If they go get a receiver with their first round pick, they should be able to add another solid player to their offense. No matter how they address the receiver position, the Chiefs offense should have plenty of weapons for Mahomes to work with, and that's not even mentioning their amazing run game. Isaiah Pacheco is coming off a solid rookie season. He is a no-nonsense running back that gets upfield with strong running, helping to set up the play action for bombs by Patrick Mahomes. With a year of experience under his belt, he should be even better next season. The Chiefs also have a top interior offensive line with Creed Humphrey, Joe Thuney, and Trey Smith leading the way. This run game should not be slept on by opposing teams, which makes their offense very terrifying. The Chiefs also have a great coaching staff led by the man, Andy Reid. Reid has been coaching in the NFL for over 20 years and has a great track record of success. He is a mastermind when it comes to designing offensive plays, and he has a great relationship with Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs obviously did have a big loss this offseason by losing offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy to the Commanders. It is yet to be seen if that offense can still be as creative and innovative as they have been without Bieniemy calling plays. However, I have full faith that Andy Reid will continue to push the envelope and get the most out of his players. Let me ask y'all a question. Will Andy Reid end his career as one of the best coaches of all time? I think it's fair. All of these factors combine to make the Chiefs a more than formidable team. They have the best quarterback in the league, a solid running game, a great offensive line, an improving defense, and a great coaching staff. And we could also add Travis Kelce, one of the greatest tight ends ever. Making and winning a Super Bowl is never easy in the NFL, but improving that receiving core with D-Hop or an elite prospect out of the draft would make it a whole lot easier. If the Chiefs continue to improve their defense and their receiving core, they should be favorites again to win the league. It's going to be an exciting season for Chiefs fans, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. As always, thanks for watching, and subscribe to Real Friends in Football for more NFL content just like this.